All right, wonderful. Welcome to today's Train Sim Mod 6 stream. Hope you guys are doing well, whether you're tuned in live, whether you're tuned in a little bit later on. It is a pleasure to host you. And what is the Simroll? I've got. Oh, yes. Okay. I saw like a Simroll source open on OBS, and I'm like, what was that for? And then I remembered. Right. So, spinny wheel. We'll get it cracking. Let's tend to this real quick. Do give me a moment. All right. Let's give the wheel a spin and see what today holds in store for us. I also need to put the music up a little bit. I completely forgot about that. Sorry. Let me just turn this up a little bit. Hopefully not to anything obnoxious. Okay, that's fine, I think. Right, where were we? Loco add-on bundle 1. I don't even know. It doesn't even fit on the thing. Let's get this a bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. I don't know what local add-on bundle 1 was. This is something I'm gonna have to research. Local add-on bundle 1. Right. Off to the TSW wiki, which is my source. Release history. And just Control F. Loco. There it is. The local add-on bundle 1. So this released back in 2022, October 2022, for Train Sim Mod 3. And it was the one that featured the railhead treatment train. So the Class 66 with the blue railhead treatment stuff. It also featured the Dispolock 182, so the yellow and grey liveried BR182. And then the red and yellow front F7, which was like the old school livery for the F7 that featured on Cajon Pass. So, interesting. Going off the picture, it's got a 66 first, then the F7, then the Dispolock 182. So, right, so let's head to Southeastern High. So, yeah, so for the 66, it featured on Southeastern High Speed. The 182 featured on Castle Würzburg. And the Santa Fe F7 featured on Cajon Pass. So let's head to Southeastern High Speed and see if we have a not yet completed journey mode for the railhead treatment train. Is it this one? Yes, the Red Sheds Redemption. Cool. So that's what we'll do today, which I'm looking forward to. I haven't done any railhead treatment stuff since... probably since when the DLC released, to be completely honest. So yeah, this should be fun. This should be fun. And it's on the Southeastern High Speed, which is my absolutely beloved route. So how can I complain? How can I complain? I've got a ton of mods for the 66. I hope we're able to just get on, crack on with no problems. But we shall see. Right, let's start with the first chapter. Shedication. Learn how to operate the 66 locomotive. I mean, having been the player of TSW since 2021.
In this training module, you will be taken through the operation of this Class 66 locomotive.
I think it would be embarrassing to not know how to drive the 66 by now.
You will be covering the critical driving controls and freight operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
I believe this livery is a mod. Not the livery, but like, well, yeah, the livery, but also like specifically the weathering and stuff like that. But I'm not 100% sure, you know. I know I've got a few weathered mods for the train, but I also don't remember if this train came dirty, because that's like a staple of this train. And it's like duties. It gets dirty. It gets very dirty. I just can't imagine that. You know how trains come in this game, and always sparkling, spanking, clean.
And then you can move it forwards to set the headlights to let others around us know. The direct
it's this that I need
apply,
a tutorial on. I'm okay
release.
with the train.
They're directly affecting the brake cylinder pressure, shown on the left-hand side of the desk or on your HUD under
Hopefully
the
this isn't
BC
too long. I ain't got a clue how long this is meant to take.
While in the apply side, the brake cylinder or BC gauge will fill, meaning more and more brakes are being applied. Move the handle to the hold position to maintain the same level of braking, and back to the release position to reduce or completely release the brakes. The direct brake is used to apply the brakes only on your locomotive, and are faster to apply and release
I don't even
than
know
the
if they're
main
gonna
brakes.
teach me how to
If you're
use this
only running as
because
a light locomotive, as you
there's
are
no
now, it's
there's no
usually
wagons for
quicker
it.
to just use these
Like this is
brakes.
literally just a 66
Now the brakes on this train require us to hold the brake handle in the
tutorial.
release position. You can monitor the state of the brakes. Now that the brake pipe control is at 5 bar, the brakes will fully release. Watch the brake cylinder or BC gauge to see it gradually reduce to 0, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released and you can move the train.
Are
As
we
you
gonna
apply
coast?
power, notice the amp bar rising. This is the amount of power being fed into the traction motors. But try to keep this out
Just
of the
gonna
red, as
flying.
it means you're overpowering the motors and could damage them. Coasting is a method used to efficiently
Oh god. They've got a male and
built in
female
London,
version.
Ontario, Canada by EMD. The British Rail Class 66 is
Cool
a
fact, I didn't know that.
six-axle
Or maybe I've heard it
diesel-electric
before and just forgot.
locomotive
I don't know.
used primarily for freight operations in the UK. Introduced in 1998, the initial order of 250 locomotives was said to be the biggest single
there
order
they
of
are.
a
Nice.
locomotive since the era of steam trains.
Probably should start slowing down at some point then. I
More
thought we were
than
just gonna do the
500
generic
Class
like
66
lap around.
locomotives were built, with the final one being delivered in 2016. The Class 66 has earned the nickname Shed because of its shed-like pitched roof.
Nice Network Rail branding. Although it does stand out as quite shiny compared to the rest of the wagons, but okay.
Okay, come to a stop using the direct brake now.
Bloody stop marker. I need to find the keyband for it, but I ain't got a clue. There is a keyband to turn off the stop marker. I've done it once, and then I just couldn't like replicate that. Probably gone a bit too far. What's this phone call? Fake bollocks. That's what that is. Right. Anywho. Let's get to attaching these wagons and seeing if this is a matter of, right, you've attached the wagons, now here's how to use them. That would be great. Because if it's just, you know, if it's just going to be, what do you want me to do? Oh, apply? Okay. If it's just going to be, you know, couple up, then uncouple. Oh my god! I thought I had to like change the switches. It really wants me to go back like 2 centimeters. Go on then.
The freight wagons are behind us. So change direction with the reverser, then change the junction indicator.
You are not taking any more of my
Either by
time.
walking over to it or using the map.
I would have been happy to walk over to it.
The junction is
Does it
correctly
automatically
aligned,
anyway.
so you can now couple up to the freight. Approach slowly and stop just before the buffers. Don't forget to release the direct brake before you apply power.
Mate, the direct brake has released. I promise you. I promise you it's released, boss. I promise you it's released. It's just a struck instruction. How many of these do we have to deal with, man? How many of these do we have to deal with, for real? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, I really think if I was on console, I don't know, man, I'd make maybe a quarter, maybe a fifth, maybe a fifth of the progress that I make on PC just because of instructions getting stuck. It would be really cool to get the German 66s into the game, man. Like, the locos in the game already, you know, you might as well, man. Might as well. It's all DB, right? Yeah, it would be nice to get a dirty or Network Rail logo for sure. Oh, look how long this is taking, man. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Come on.
You can couple and uncouple from either an external camera
I've coupled,
or
man.
on
We've
foot.
coupled. We've coupled.
So let's connect the formation using the external camera.
We have coupled, man.
Access the external camera.
Ah, yeah. We've coupled. We've coupled. We've coupled.
Now couple the locomotive to the freight wagons.
It is looking like your generic. Take these wagons and put them here, and well done. You now know how to drive the train. I don't know whether on the regular timetable services it will tell you what to do and how to do it. I think it's just, I mean, power, obviously, right? Power, engine start, and then water pressure, innit? Water pressure on, and then left water jet, right water jet. I don't think we'll really need to mess with the pressure itself. I think we're good. I think we're good. And once I do it once, should be alright. It's gonna be a blast though, man. Well, quite literally actually, because there's water blasting from the wagons, but also because of southeastern high speeds. Duh. Where's my phone? No, don't tell me my bloody my phone's died. I left it plugged out for just a short while. It gave me hope yesterday. I hadn't like charged it in quite a while. And when I plugged it in, it said like 70 something %. Which is really great, actually, for the phone.
Remember, you can couple and uncouple
Give
from
me this
either an
fake
external
confidence.
camera or on foot. So let's uncouple from the wagons on foot this time.
Yeah, just bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Okay. As you wish. As you wish.
That concludes this training module.
Does it really? Does it really? Ridiculous. Absolutely redonkulous. I think I need to pull my, what's it called? What do you call it? My mat. I also need to get a new mat. This one's rough. It's really gone through it since. How long have I had it? Not even that long, I don't think. I'll say not even that long. It's been like 5 or 6 years now. That's a fair while, I guess. Right. 3 scenarios to get us going. And then a bunch of services. Right. Once in a who moon. Jesus. Take a RHTT sitting born during the busy evening hours. Now, I usually turn off the real weather for scenarios to play them as they've been intended to be played, as they've been created. So I'm going to do that here as well. I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to close it. I think once I close it, I'll be good. It would be cool though to keep it open and just have like, I don't know, an on-off thing. Should probably just tell the author that he's pretty active on the forums. Very open and receptive to feedback as well. Once in a Who moon. Welcome to Who Junction. Take this railhead treatment train to Sittingbourne while cleaning the track. It is so like this doesn't even look like fog. It just looks like smog. Like it looks dirty. It looks polluted. All right. Well, let's do as it's told me to do. Also, because we've just done a training run, let's go ahead and turn these 2 off. Yeah. So these scenarios should come with instructions basically on how to operate the water. Let's turn on the usual DSD and AWS TPWS. Take a seat here. Power on. Clear that. Forward. I'm also gonna come here and do. All right, let's do what it's telling me to do. Actually, no. Okay, fine. Let's do this first. Right, set the controller to on. I assume that way. Was it not that? Alright, there's apparently something that I can't see. Okay, interesting. Press the activate control. Oh, there's these buttons over here as well. I did not see these. What's this? Nothing. Okay. Now we set the power to on. So you need to turn it on and turn it on, basically. Press the engine start button. For a second, I thought that was on the train. I was like, huh? Set the water pressure to on. And then, okay, cool. So now I'm going to do instrument lights on. Night running. We are not running at... Actually, no, as a matter of fact. Basically, also to be honest. Everything here is on. I'm going to turn high speed on. I don't know what that is. Fresh air on. Let's come over here. Make sure everything is good. Brake timing is on. Should be good, I believe. I think that would make sense for this to be good. And... cut in already. Nice. So let's just release the brakes now. We basically are good to go. There used to be a mod that I haven't seen in many years that basically made like the water sprays a lot more apparent. Where are they? Where's the water meant to be spraying? Here, right? Oh, right, we haven't actually, like, turned it on properly, though, the water jets. Okay. But, yeah, there was a mod that greatly increased the visual water that was spraying. Right, hopefully that's the camera sorted. 3, 2, 1, shine away, please. We are good to go. There we are. Right. Phone is charging, so that shouldn't go down again. Right, so I assume we'll go to wherever we're going. There's another 66 on his duties. Flashing lights. I think that's because of the mod, but the issue that causes it is apparently in the core. So, I mean, I don't know. Who do you blame at that point, you know? Anywho, I assume we'll get to a particular destination, turn the water jets on, and get bloody cleaning. Looking forward to getting on Simro later on and continuing what is hopefully a completely positive return to the game. Eternal Darkness, bro, teach me how to run a train. What train would you like me to teach you how to run? Eternal Darkness. How can we bring light to the darkness of train driving? See what I did there, mate? I guess if I made tutorials, that wouldn't be a bad thing, right? The one I'm running. So this is just a class 66. There are so many different variants. You can find them on basically any UK routes. Bit hard to see in the fog, but class 66. Quite simple. Without like messing around with any safety systems or anything, you would turn the light on. So you would click here and insert the reverser. So initially the position would be in the middle, and then you would push it to forward to have the train be ready to move in that direction. Once you've put that on forward, you then release your automatic brake. I need to turn the right water jet on here. Give me a second. And the left one as well. In a regular 66, you're not going to have any of this, so don't worry about this. This is just for this scenario with these wagons that are currently cleaning the tracks. Where's the water? There we go. There's a little bit of a spray. Better than nothing, I guess. So yeah, so you'd put the reverser in. That's the first thing you do. Move it to forward, and then you would either use this brake or use your keyband, whether you play on with a controller or a keyboard. Your button for the automatic brake, you set the brakes to release completely, and then you'll see this dial here move from somewhere here all the way up to 5. So you need to hold the automatic brake release until this dial is at 5. Once you do that, you'll see this one start coming down like this. Once it reaches 0 and these two reach 0, these will also come down. You'll be ready to go. What you might also want to do as well is come to this screen and make sure that your brake cutout is on. Make sure it says cut in. If it says cut out here, then you'll need to press F2 or F1 to make it cut in. So that's like the very basics of driving this train. If you want me to repeat anything or clarify anything, just let me know, man. I've never actually seen these trains in operation in reality. I've actually never even seen this formation in reality. So I can't really speak to like how well implemented. We'll have a look at it when the train's outside. Can't really speak to how well implemented by default the water sprayers. But yeah, I think it wouldn't be too much to ask for to just have a little bit more visual spray. I feel like you also see it more when you're further away from the train, which is a little bit odd. How do you select a route? Is there a waypoint or something that fly planes? And we have a waypoint for us, so it's important. How do you select your way? So from the main menu, you'd navigate to the trains, to where you have your routes. You'd select whatever route you want. You then select what train you want to drive. And then from when you select your train, you'll have a list of different services that all start at different times that you can drive with that particular train. Once you select the one that you like, you load into the game, you can choose your weather. Once you load into the game, as you can see on the top left here, it basically gives me an instruction. So in 11 miles, stop at the location it's giving me. So you will have, if you're doing a passenger service, the first thing it will tell you is unlock the doors. For example, you unlock the doors, you'll see this bar start going up. When it goes up to the top and you reach your departure time, it would then tell you close doors. Now when you close the doors, it then says stop at location, and then here it would have the name of your next station. If you're doing freight service, it would just be something like this, stop at location. Sometimes it will give you an actual name of an area to stop at. Other times it would just say like this, just stop as indicated, without like a specific place, a place name. But you are expected to know how to set up the train, which either you can find in scenarios for that route, or there's a dedicated training center in the game where you can learn how to start up and set up and drive pretty much all of the trains in the game. It's not, it's not as advanced as it should be, in all honesty, but it's enough to get you going and to get you started. And then the more you gain experience, the more you watch streams, videos of people playing, take a browse on the forums and ask any questions and stuff like that. Just the more you get involved, the more naturally you'll start picking things up, and it will basically become second nature. I started playing this game in TSW 2, so that was back in 2020/2021, maybe 2021. And before then, I had never played any sort of train game or train sim or anything like that. I was just hardcore racing. I played some Call of Duty, but that was really it. Nothing to do with trains at all. So I didn't have any idea how to drive them. Started off with some fairly complicated US freight, in all honesty, but I managed it. Didn't use any safety systems. I didn't overcomplicate it, right? When I was driving on a German route that came with TSW2 as well. Again, didn't do any of the safety stuff. I just started up the train as I was taught and drove, basically. Stops at the stations that I was meant to stop at. And that was it. And then once I got comfortable literally just taking a train from A to B, then I started turning on the safety systems, learning how they operate, and yeah, man, just going from there. Now, there is also a free roam mode, which is spawn wherever train you like, on whatever route you like, and do whatever you like. Just drive, basically. You don't have to do any task. I've seen 2 to 3 drivers in the locomotive. Is there any limitation to the number of drivers in the engine? So if you're talking, for example, about multiplayer, if you're talking about other players, there is no multiplayer in this game. This is solely single player. If you want a multiplayer train simulator, you've got SimRail, and that's the one that I can say for certain. There are some others, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure about them. But Simro is my go-to multiplayer train sim. Um, this, however, is solely single player. So any other character you see is an NPC. It's just AI. So most of the time, you're not going to have anyone. Where you'll see other NPCs with you in the cab, usually, is when you're doing a US freight service. That's when they tend to have, somebody with you in the cab. But you don't talk to them. You don't like. They're just there. They just fill up empty space. Basically, you don't interact with them. You don't talk to them or anything like that. So, yeah, the main premise of driving these trains is that you do it by yourself. The only interaction you will have is with the dispatcher, who is very isn't. It's a very basic system. Dispatcher, very very basic system. It either tells you that you can go if you like talk to it in a red light, or it says don't go because there's a train ahead of you, or whatever. It's very basic. It's not like something you can have a proper conversation with or anything like that. If you have access to Game Pass, I believe this game's on Game Pass, so you can give it a twirl that way. And sort of explore some of the features. Just see how you feel about them. Yeah, absolutely. So there's no ranking system when it comes to this game. You're able from the beginning to drive anything that you want. Obviously, that's within the realms of the game. So there's no leveling up. I mean, yes, you can level up. There is like a point system, but in all honesty, it doesn't really mean anything. There is something called mastery, which is a certain number of objectives that are updated every month, and you get a very, 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 very small rewards. And usually the system is pretty broken anyway, in all honesty. But you do get rewards once you tick off the objectives. But in the main game itself, you just do what you want, how you want, whenever you want. So there's different operations you can do. So I'll start with like a passenger setting. So if you're driving a passenger train or doing a passenger service, your job is just to go according to the timetable, which you can open on PC with the letter T, and you have all your upcoming instructions available to see, and also all the instructions that you've done already. Or like I said earlier on, you can see on the left up here, you've got the time, your instructions, and it tells you what your next station is where you're meant to be stopping, and it tells you the time that you should be there. So you just go according to that. You go from station to station according to the schedule, and there are different types of passenger services. So you've got some that have stops every 30 seconds to a minute. You have other ones that are like expresses, so you're only stopping 2 or 3 times in maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And so you got those sort of services, and yeah, basically that and everything in between. But your main duty is to just go from A to B, stopping on the stops along the way, picking up passengers. You then have freight services, which is very simple. You're hauling maybe containers, it could be tankers, it could be vehicles, and you're taking them from A to B. Sometimes there's coupling and uncoupling involved. Sometimes there's like shunting, which is basically moving wagons from different sidings to other sidings to maybe make a formation. But 9 times out of 10, they're very simple, very basic. drive from A to B. So you've got passenger services, freight services, and then there are services that are actually just shunting. So you're in a yard being a small area, or not necessarily small, but an area where you have many tracks, and you're just moving wagons or containers or tankers from one track to the next, and you're doing it according to however you're instructed. But you don't go anywhere. You stay within the realm of that area, just moving from track to track to track to track. So those are the different types of services. You can also play as a guard. So what a guard does is you're not driving the train, but you check tickets. So you'll be on a train that's stopping, collecting passengers. Many bugs like that. So you'll be on the train, a train that's collecting passengers, and you just check tickets. That's your duty. So it tells you where the train is going to and from, and so when you see the passenger's ticket, you'll know whether it's valid or not valid. So when in the world of trains, Eternal, everything is known beforehand by the driver. So in reality, the driver would have, in the UK, a sheet with everything. In Germany, they have like a tablet with all the details. So they know where they're going to be going, where the stops are, what times they're due, wherever they're going, and any other information. For example, any temporary speed limits, if there's any construction, for example, on the tracks. So they know everything. The only times that they would contact the dispatcher is if there's any issues, or maybe the dispatcher will contact a train driver to let them know, hey, there's an issue ahead with this signal, just ignore it, for example, or anything like that. In the game, on a regular service, the dispatcher will never talk to you. He will never reach out to you. You can, however, for example, if you stop at a red signal, you see that a signal is red for no apparent reason, you can talk to the dispatcher and just contact signaler. That's the correct term, not dispatcher, but I mean you can they're interchangeable anyway, to be honest. But yeah, you'd contact the signaler, and either you'll be told, wait, there's a train ahead of you, or the signal will just clear. They'll clear the signal and say like permission given, basically. But that's very, very rare. Usually if you see a red signal, if it's not a bug, then it's because there's a train ahead of you. So you're by yourself, basically. On a regular service, you're by yourself. You know what you're doing, and you get it done. There's no like audible voices. Now you do have some scenarios. They're called scenarios. They're different from timetable services, and in those you can find some different activities. So there you can be talking to the dispatcher more. Maybe you bump into issues that you wouldn't find in a regular service. So those are in every route. So you get maybe 4 or 5 of those, and on some of them there's a lot more communication with the dispatcher or the signaler. However, on a regular service, there's never going to be a need. There's no there's never going to be a need, to be honest. Els, how you doing, my bro? Good to see you, my guy. Welcome. In reality, with regards to speed limits, Eternal, so some countries do it differently. For example, in the UK, you wouldn't be able to be allowed to drive a train by yourself until you have learned the track. So you know where the speed signs are, you know the speed limits, you know where the signals are placed. So you'd have to have all of that knowledge in here. And then for Germany, for example, they have that information on the tablet that I mentioned. So, Els, are you watching live, bro? Let me message you. I don't think you're watching live. So yeah, so different countries do it differently, Eternal. Different countries do it differently. Els, if you're watching live, let me know. I don't think you are. Because my camera went down a long time ago. My guy, man. How, bro, on YouTube I can understand because like you can move the thing on YouTube and you can like go backwards a little bit. But on Twitch when you're watching live, you're just stuck. You're stuck live. How you doing, bro? Honestly, Eternal, I would invite you to try it, or at least maybe, I don't know, you know, have a look at some videos, you know, check out some more streams, and you know, once you think, yeah, this is something I wanna give a go, do so, man. You'll never know. Honestly, it could be a new hobby for you. Pardon me. The new southeastern route, Els, there hasn't been anything like official, but there is a thread on the forum where the developers are active, talking to the community, asking questions. So you might want to check that one out. Interesting weather conditions for a treatment train run. I don't know if this was the intention, but I mean, it's a scenario. The whole thing is like manually created, you know, with intention. So Bakshi, I'm up a long while. I've just been streaming. I've been streaming for under an hour, mate. It's coming up to 12 p.m. afternoon where I am. How's work been, Els? We're coming to a stop pretty soon. And Eternal as well, I would say, like, if you are ready to like jump into the world of train simming, explore a few. You've got Train Sim World, you've got Train Sim Classic, you've got Simrail, you've got Derail Valley, you've got Railroader Online, then you've got some older ones, but very specific regional ones like Machina. There are so many different ones, like it depends on, it comes down to what experience you're looking for, because all of them offer something a little bit different. But also very similar to each other. Like they all do the same thing, but differently, with their own pros and cons. Just like you've got MSFS, you've got X-Plane, you've got P3D. They all do the same thing. but in their ways. You know what, Eternal? This is gonna be annoying, yeah. But with Train Sim World, from Train Sim World 5, they made it so that when the new one comes out, you can get the very, very, very basic version of it completely free. For some reason, they make it so that offer only lasts for a few months. But anytime a new Train Sim World comes out, you can get it for free for a short while. I hope I don't spad here. Jesus, this is going to be close. A spad is signal passed at danger, and it will end your game. And throw whatever progress you've made away. That's it for the track cleaning. Turn off the controller before parking up. I really feel like this sort of track cleaning, I don't know. I guess there's positives and negatives to doing it in the rain, but I don't know, man. It doesn't really make much sense to me. Where the hell is the texture for this? Why is this not lit up? I think we wait for this train to come by. It's taking a sweet time. But aside from the free version, Eternal, I'd say wait for a sale maybe, so you at least try and get it for as cheap as you can. The next one to look out for would probably be the spring sale. And then, of course, after that, the summer sale. I'm assuming... No, let me not assume. What platform are you on, Eternal? Are you on console, PC? Okay, so you got one more to go, Els. Good luck with it, man. Good luck, bro, man. God be with you. Take strength. Eternal minor, bro. Minor, honestly. You got a phone, right? You've got a phone. You've got a modern phone. I'm assuming you do. If I'm correct in that assumption. Game Pass, I believe it's got a free trial, right? Game Pass got a free trial. Sign up to it. And then you can play this game on your phone. Now, you would need preferably a controller. I don't know if you've got a controller, but I'm sure you can pick some up for cheap from, like, I don't know, eBay, Gumtree, something. I've played on my phone with my PlayStation 5 controller. What's good, Omar? Think there's a slim chance of the GWE remaster being released next week. It most likely will be released on early February, seeing as the previous been released a month ago. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Wouldn't you like to know when it will be released, Omar? Ha ha ha. No comment. No comment. Eternal, yeah, via Game Pass. Via Game Pass. I've played Forza Motorsport 7 on this. Forza Motorsport 7 with little to no latency. With just these two, that's it. Literally these two. I was away for a bit. I was at a hotel and I don't know, I wanted to game. And I was playing Forza Motorsport at that time. Forza Motorsport 7, I believe, was the one at that time. It isn't my signal. Oh snap, is it my signal? No, it should be on the left. Anyway, I'm meant to be stopping here. It's not my signal, but it is my stopping point. Game Pass is goated for that kind of thing. It is goated. You don't need. All you need is a device, be it a computer, a laptop, a phone. You just need a device. Jeremy Clarkson would say, "Un device," and of course a Game Pass subscription. Although, if I'm not mistaken, Microsoft have been acting strangely with Game Pass in recent years. But anyway, it's something, you know? It's something. You're not broke. You're not broke. Maybe you may not have enough right now for a console or a PC, but you're not broke. Dawn of the Shed. I see what they did there. Clear the tracks around Faversham as the leaves start to fall. Welcome to Faversham. Loose leaves between here and Sittingbourne near the treatment mean the treatment train needs taken out. So where was this last year in the Piccadilly line then? With all them loose leaves. There's no way there's no like London Underground equivalent. Fog again. What's up with them and fog? Why do these scenarios have fog? Oh, and rain, shock. I'm really tempted to just do real life weather. It's terrible, man. I think I want to crack my window open as well. I don't know what I just dropped. My headphones that were charging. Right, apply power, get moving, increase the FOV a touch. Make sure goods timing and cut in. Sweet. Cool. Get the light off. I would say Eternal, once you're in a position to once you're in a position to be able to choose what you play on, mate, no brainer, go for PC. This game doesn't run very well on it runs badly on like PS4 and Xbox One, but it runs, I guess that's something. On PS5 and Xbox Series S and X, it runs better, but there are issues on issues. On PC, depending on your system, you could still have some issues, but you have access to mods. You have access to so many different things that will make your gaming experience better. So much better. Ironically, I've been dabbling in flight simming fairly recently. I don't know. I don't see myself going into it properly right now, but I'm definitely open to getting more involved with it in the future. Start up the railhead treatment equipment so you can start cleaning. Yes, sir. Where's the secret button? There it is. Controller on. Activate. Power. Engines. Where's the engine start again? There it is. Engine start. Water pressure on. Right water jet. The left water jet. Let's get it cracking. I can't even see the water. Why are there no water sprays this time around? Wait, the left ones are working. Oh, they're working here. Why don't they work in there and the other ones? That's odd. Anyway. Didn't realize there's no third rails on screen. There you go. Don't think it's raining anymore either. That was weird. More realistic behavior than your usual dynamic weather though, in all honesty. You know what, it is raining, just super lightly. Interesting. Eternal, double check that Train Sim mode is on Game Pass. Just make sure of it. Pretty certain it is, but I've done my water. Pretty certain it is, but I don't play it there myself, so. It was a little too hot on the brakes, but boy, I won't even lie. I saw the I saw the stop location coming up super quick. It caught me off guard. Shut down this cab and get ready to clean the other line on the way back. Should maybe turn the jets off at this point as we're standing still. Where's the engine stop button? I see engine start. Oh, right. The red one. Control and fuel pump. Generator field. Tail lights. Tail lights, tail lights, tail lights. I always need to do it on the other side, okay. Should probably turn this light off actually. Euro 2012 is crazy. Basically do everything in reverse that we just did. I need to remember to make this the first thing I do every time I get into this bloody thing. Hold the brakes on release. Fortunately, it's not like a proper freight formation though, so it doesn't take too long. Still a pain in the backside though. I really don't think it's good for the rails to just be like sprayed with a jet of water constantly in one place. I don't know exactly what the pressure's like, but surely it would be enough to do some damage. It was blue skies just a minute ago, now it's all grey. This country and its bipolar weather. Is Simra on Game Pass? That I wonder. Crew Motorfest. Ugh. What a cool thing, man, honestly. I can't actually see Train Sim Mode on Game Pass. Do they not have this one there? This time around? Oh no, they've got 5. Why have they got 5? Wait, what? Why have they got 5? Why would they have 5 and not 6? And didn't they take 5 away? Like, in August or something of last year in preparation for 6. Yeah, I'll just see 5. Well, whether it's 5 or 6, Eternal, if you can still hear me, they're both the same thing, in all honesty. You miss out on a few routes, but ultimately, same. Oh, there's sun coming in with like even darker grey clouds. I don't know what's going on here, man. Something's wrong. Whew, tired, man. Always tired these days. Isn't it that usually when it's foggy, it's quite cloudy as well? That's basically what fog is. It's just super low cloud. I see we've got fog here. The skies are quite clear, so I'm not quite sure what this fog is a result of. It must be a supernatural one. Not sure how to feel about that. I just don't really understand the obsession with it, man. Like even when it's not raining. Aside from going back and forth, there's not really much here that's different from your generic timetable service. These are very weak scenarios so far. Wonder if this is an approach signal. Probably would have cleared by now actually if it was as we went over the magnet. Ah, bastard. Maybe it was. Carda, thank you very much for the raid. What a legend. Welcome, Cardinians, fellow Carda enjoyers. Welcome to some Train Sim World with some railhead treatment action. With, of course, the one and only Class 66. Hope you had a great stream, Carda. How was it today? What did you get up to? Really? Oh, so what's the situation right now? Are we back You know, are we back in the driving seat properly now? Through Berlin and Hamburg? I've been thinking about it, you know, the same way I've been thinking about Subway Sim. I'm even thinking to myself, man, is next week going to be Subway Sim 2 and the bus and Simrail, like the comeback of all of them? Train Sim Classic as well. Train Sim Classic's coming back next week. So it's just like a comeback season. It's comeback season. That's what it is. Let's go to the end of March. I mean, my mind is just set on how it is. I would not expect anything. I don't expect the game to get better. I mean, it's been 6 years, I think you said yesterday. To expect it will get better would just be silly for me. And so I have to go into it just thinking this is the game. That's it. So if something happens, then and it's positive, then fantastic. That's great. If not, then it's still the game that I've been playing, you know? So but we shall see anyway, ultimately. We will see. I mean, if performance has improved, that would be great. I realized the game was running super smooth for you yesterday. Super, super, super smooth. I know your PC is slightly more powerful than mine, but the difference was, like, man, insane. And it still seemed like you were running the game quite high. So, I can believe that. I can believe that. I will see for my system. I will see for my system. I think I'm starting to accept either that games are too demanding in this present time, or that my PC just, you know, it isn't the top of the line that it once was. And it's not. It's definitely not. But it still is a system that should last many years to come. But I do feel like there are certain games where it doesn't matter how solid your PC is, you're just destined to struggle. As long as you've decided to play the game, you're destined to struggle. Why not stop at the very end by the buffers? Why stop here? For what reason? We're trying now. Okay, are we moving the train again? Looks that way. Okay, interesting. Simulator games always are hard. Yeah, yeah. And ultimately, it's a simulation part. that's hard. That's hard to run, which is the whole point of the game. Trying to, you know, crunch. Your system's trying to crunch through numbers that are designed to replicate whatever it may be as close as possible. So I mean, just the nature of simulation games, a lot tougher than the usual. However, surely, I don't know. You know, you do wonder: does it have to be this hard though? Maybe, maybe. I do think though. Once I'm not really seeing. I'm pretty sure it's been done. But I wish I was seeing more development on this. But I really think if we can get AI to like sync with gaming, I feel like we could see some real magic. Like imagine a game where the environment is just endless. It's just being constantly procedurally generated, but also what's been generated already doesn't disappear. So the maps is constantly growing and growing and growing, but it's working in such a way where it's like cloud based, so it's not really affecting your system and it's not all being stored locally. I don't know. Something. I'm sure the possibilities are borderline endless with AI. Night cleaner. Take an RHTT to Dartford while cleaning the track on the way. Hopefully there's decent night lighting. Once again, I can hear it raining. Welcome to Higham Tunnel, where repairs to the track are finishing up and soon the line will be ready for service. Before the line can be reopened, the rails must be cleaned. Take a railhead treatment train to clean the rails between Higham and Dartford. Wow. The paragraph didn't just disappear in 2 seconds. Oh, hello. See, this is a scenario. This is a scenario. Look at the light there and everything. Some construction going on. So look at the lights, track work. This is a scenario. This is a scenario. The other two have not been scenarios. Look, it makes me want to explore and check it out and see what's going on. This is a scenario. Is this really too much to ask for? Really? I feel like, look, I've got colleagues. I'm part of a world. I have a team. I have a job. Anyway. Of course, it's too much to ask for. Right, DSD, normal. AWS, normal. Turn the light on inside here. 5 a.m. Pissing under rain. Oh, what an atmosphere. We have to set up the railhead treatment equipment. The equipment clears the rails by spraying high-pressured water onto the rails. RHTTs can also apply an adhesion modifier to the rails called sandite, a paste made from suspension gel, sand, and a steel or iron shot. Genuinely very educational. I did not know any of that. Genuinely very This is a bloody scenario. This is it. When I say I want a scenario, and these are the things that the conditions that it has to meet for it to be a scenario. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. And it's just been too much to ask for. This was back in what? 2022. This DLC came out in 2022. Come on. Come on, man. Oh my god, I keep forgetting, Carter. I keep forgetting. Oh man, I was intending to, you know what, maybe I'll do it for Friday's stream. I look at modded timetables. Maybe I do it then. I keep forgetting. I just keep forgetting, honestly. Do they all link up to each other, or are they completely separate, the three of them? Well, I mean, WSR, I haven't been on it since the TOD4 upgrade. And I haven't been on it in a while. So it'll be refreshing. It'll be nice, I think, to come back to. Separate, okay, cool. You know what? I feel like those scenarios are really a missed opportunity. I think people have just ignored them, including myself. But we could have some really cool things come from them, some really, really cool things. Story-wise, a bit links, okay. Yeah, it's really nice that some actual thought has gone into them. Really nice. Just makes the experience more of an experience. I'll have the light on. It's very dark. I need my coffee, man. I think after this scenario, I'm gonna go and make one. I actually used to download scenarios from Train Sim Community. I downloaded a few. I think they were just Bakerloo line ones. This was back in TSW2. And I still, to this day, I still had them installed. I don't even know how to go to them. And I low-key think they were causing some issues. Which would make sense anyway, to be completely honest with you. TSW2 scenarios. Although it should have just been using the normal content. It shouldn't have done anything else. Well, who knows, man, with this game. Could be anything. I've been finding driving this train a little weird. Just the way the power and the braking has been fine. It's been the power. Hitting on the power has been interesting. Did not see that 40 at all. Yeah, something's off. If I go into like the second notch of power, and then I go down to like the first, there's not much of a change. I forgot the name of the mechanism, but I know some trains have that. Like the train on the Bakerloo line has that, where if you go to the second or third notch of power and then go down one notch, it's not like how it is in an Electro Star, for example. You need to go back to 0 and then go back up again to where you want it to have it at. Interesting that AI trains don't have their displays active. But there's always some funkiness of scenarios, so hopefully that's just one of them. I know that I know that PIS usually does work, so I know the problem's not coming from there. So just an A to B run, or are we going to run the other way? Okay, no, just get to Dartford and then it's all over. Then we get onto the regular services, which then should mean start seeing a bit more activity. Hopefully the weather will be a bit more reasonable. I'm always concerned about using real weather on UK routes, just because, well, real weather in the UK. So realistically, half the time it's probably going to look like TSW's dynamic weather. But hey, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it ends up looking. Cardar, one thing that I've noticed with using over 300 mods is that DCG are doing Unreal Engine such a disservice. There's 3 mods that I can name from the top of my head that make a huge difference to what you see visually. So with the dynamic weather, that's from, I guess, Unreal Engine's, it's an Unreal Engine feature. I'm happy to be corrected about that. But the default one is so basic. You only ever see like 3 or 4 different conditions. There's not really any depth. It's not really dynamic as it should be. But then when you use real weather, you see the weather change like you've never seen it before. You see how good it actually is my point. The weather system in Unreal Engine can be really, really, really nice. Really nice. It just needs to be tweaked and tuned accordingly. The lighting can be great, but it needs to be tweaked accordingly. So between the real weather mod, the graphics enhancement mod, and then also there's a mod that does better shadows. So for example, you know, on like Mittenwald Bun. Mittenwald Bun is a type of route where you can see far, like in terms of like fields, and then you have the mountain. But with how big the mountain is, there should be a shadow on that field. But the way the shadows are in TSW to save on performance, I guess, that shadow doesn't exist. But then when you use this mod and you actually see the depth of the shadows and you see them as they should be, mind blowing, man, mind blowing. Sounds are just improved dramatically. Like, I don't know, man. It's a real shame when developers don't utilize an engine as much as they can. A real shame. If Subway Sim 2 had as many plays as TSW does and would get modded often, as fine as it already is, it could be so much better. So much better. There's a particular lighting mod for West Coast Mainline over Shap. The Just Trains route here. Carter, I'm telling you, you drive that route at night time. All the little lights like this, for example, inside the cab. The way they cast like a hue onto the surfaces. That's just beautiful, beautiful, man. The little signals on the ground that you sometimes see, like the shunt signals, they cast a beautiful light as well. It's like so beautifully enhanced. It's been modded already, but then there's like an enhancement to the mod as well that just makes it beautiful. Makes it a real pleasure to drive at night. A real pleasure. Like it rivals what I remember Simro night lighting being like. It rivals that, which is a big compliment. I mean, ultimately, Cardo, that's what it comes down to. Like, already with a sim being a sim, like we discussed, there's going to be some big asks of hardware from the, to have good performance. So I think that's one aspect of it. Hello, Nabil, how you doing, bro? I think that's one aspect. But I really think another aspect is just they just don't have the right know-how. They just don't have the right know-how. Sometimes things just seem so simple to do. Like a route can release and a week later a modder has come and improved this and improved that and improved this and improved that. Like I'm good, thank you, Nabil. How are you, bro? The recent DLC for Santa Fe, the Santa Fe DLC for Cajon Pass that came out recently, all they did was change the livery and then some very minor things to the trains themselves. Nothing like the real differences. How long has it been now? 2 months? I think 2 months now since that DLC came out, or maybe even a month. Sorry, I think it's just a month since that DLC came out. Somebody's made a mod that actually makes all the changes to the cabs that needed to be changed. They've fixed some things, they've improved some things. And it just makes me think, man, like, they did things better than someone who's being paid for that, who it's their job to do that, and who's had months to do that. And they've just come and just... It's interesting. It's interesting. That's good to hear, bro. There's no... You're not going to tell me TPWS. How? Brother, how? I wasn't going that quickly. I think there's either a 20 mile an hour limit or a 10 mile an hour limit here. It used to catch me out, even on passenger services. I remember this one. This one was a bastard. It was always catching me out. Always. And it's annoying that they have different speed limits based on where they are. Pretty sure it's just 20 or 10, but still. think while I go and make my coffee, I'm gonna put you guys in an AI service, sit in a second man seat, and you can enjoy a cheeky little cab ride. You're enjoying it, Nabil? How's it going? Very nice class 465 sound mod, although I fear that it might be a little bit broken. I might have to get rid of it. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I think I might have to. You only did one run yesterday. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to be on it later today. It's not going to be American Truck Sim. It's going to be Simro again. And yeah, I don't have a specific service in mind to drive. Like, I'm not going for a Pendolino or looking for this or that. I'm going to do what I did, but obviously because the times are going to clash, I'll try and avoid doing like the same services that I did. No, I will avoid doing the same services that I did yesterday. Also, they had like a big update, but I think it only came to like one of the beta branches. I don't really know why. It was interesting. Put you in a class 700. Did not mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. Oh my god, you can't see a thing. What stupid position is this? Stand here like a creep.
Chatham, Rochester, Strood, Higham, Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe,
Smiley in the Metro Rivals logo is pressing me off. You don't have the class 700 mod that adds the no logo to the brake gauge. No, I don't. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Well, it's not a train sim community, is it?
Greenwich, Deptford, London
I don't think I have any mods for this.
City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, and City, Luton Airport Parkway, and
Thank you, bro. I'll add it to the game a little bit later on. And also, I need to check out the other websites as well. Could you send me the link to them as well? I know there's RailSim, right? Railsim.de, I think. I'm not sure what else there is. Anyway, you don't have to do it now. Whenever. I'm going to go make my coffee real quick.
station is Gillingham. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Chatham, Rochester, Strood, Higham, Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton.
All right. I must have the Class 700 soundboard. Does it sound like I do? I don't know if I do. That's another one. That one I'm not too sure of. 700 soundboard. If it's like super old, it's then probably not. Because I got to a point where I was like, okay, let me like not do too much, basically. No, don't do that to me, bro. No, listen, I tried, bro. I tried, man. I tried. You must have hit me up with a link and with another link. Bro, I don't know what to say, man. I tried. Where's my thing? Bro, I turned my webcam off from my phone. And I've gone back into the controller. And the source isn't there. It's a bit scary, isn't it? There are some other things that are gone as well. Tim, Ebula. It just got rid of a lot of things. What the hell? Not like I was using them anyway, but I mean, I could have. Right, boss. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. This is my stop. Or is it this one? No, it's this. Okay, can't be bothered to wait. Bye. Got a journey mode to get through. If you send me the link for it, bro, I can download those mods right now, bro. Actually, nah, I'll leave them. I don't think I need to disrupt the stream for them. I'm driving a 66 anyway, so I got a 465 sound mod. I got the Javelin sound mod. I got the Electro Stars sound mod. I think the 700 might be the only one I didn't get, bro. Or again, maybe I do have it and I just don't remember. I cannot tell you with confidence. I either do or don't. It is what it is, Zach. Right, I've driven this RHAC circuit around Kent from Faversham to Rochester. It's the 165. I should have then. I should have. Let me just quickly check my DLC thing. Oh, but bro, You know the name. I should be able to type in 700 and it should show up. Yeah, there you go. I got it. Class 700 sound mode 17. I got it. I got it. Look, I got all of them, man. Look, 1972. There's Underground Train, 390, 710, Electro Stars, 411. Oh, hello. Why have I got 2 of these? That should go. I probably shouldn't do that while I'm playing, actually. I'll tend to that later. Hasn't broken anything. Right, DSD on, AWS on, sit in the cab, turn everything on. I told you, it's the issue of driving UK routes with real lights. I told ya. Told y'all. Right, I assume we're meant to do, like, operations, right? So we'll turn the controller on. Activate it. Power on. Engine start. Auto pressure on. And then I'll wait till we get moving before I turn the jets on. But for now, instrument lights, turn them on. Let's make sure... Set this to goods. Make sure the brakes are cut in. Yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. No fog. Look at that. Look at that. No fog. It's a Christmas miracle. SCR165 used to go ham. I don't know if he still makes mods, you know, but... Because you would just read the comments and you'd know, like, raw, like... This guy was the guy back then. And they used to do it quick. These are the real backbones of train sim mods. Pretty sure I've got a sound mod for this as well. I hope I do. Oh no, I don't think I do. There was a reason. There was a reason I don't have the sound mod for this. Or do I? If I don't, look at this stupidness. Why are the headlights on here? GBRF, I like that though. They sub in. I love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And I forgot to bloody turn the brakes off. Release the brakes. Bro said turn them off. Right, on. Let's go. Okay. No, I mean it's okay. You could tell there's something going on there. You could tell there's something going on. As you get closer, it goes away. Interesting. Nice. Little licks of rain. You know what? Me and Cardo were just having a similar conversation about, yeah. Like, it's only modders that have really shown us the depth the Unreal Engine could be used in and how good it actually is. It's just competence, man. I think it's just a lack of competence for the most part. Which is a shame, really. Yes, yes, and for me, for you, I don't know like exactly what aspect, but for me, there's two different aspects to that. It was the fact that you could get real weather, number one, which for me should be in the game by default. As a matter of fact, I think that should be the a default option now in everything that calls itself a sim. And two, it really expanded the depth of dynamic weather and showed some beautiful transitions and some beautiful settings that we just didn't know existed. We didn't think it was possible. Like, how do you have such a cool tool on your hands? It's like you've got a Ferrari, but they only ever use it to go to the shop 5 minutes away and come back. And now the mod author has given us a racetrack to really stretch its legs. I always come with an analogy, innit? That's my thing, man. Analogy Adnan. Bro, that was amazing. That was amazing. That's probably my best one, to be honest. But I'm so saddened at the same time by its accuracy. That's what saddens me. I wish it wasn't good. The fact that it's a good analogy is a very bad thing. Every time I look up, I feel like I just missed a sign, and I just assume that it's a whistle post. Whistle post, whistle boards, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to start doing low-high instead of high-low. Yo, do we literally just get to sit in Born and then that's it? Yes. Amazing. What a run. KFA. KFA wagons. I don't know if Hamburg has been updated since the last time I got my hands on it. I was thinking about that. I need to like keep an eye out. I need to keep my eyes open for when these DLCs get updated. It's very possible next week we see TSW, TSC, Subway Sim 2, the bus. Possible, but unlikely all of them. Maybe Subway Sim 2, TSC, and then TSW and Simrel. Like 2 days Simrel, 2 days TSW, and then 1 day TSC, 1 day Subway Sim. That's like the most likely schedule as it stands. I'm so happy the whales, wow. I'm so happy the rails are not wetter. Uh-oh. Because of that exact reason, I would have been cooked. Machiavelli! What's good? Welcome. Wait until 8:18. It's 8:18. You know, you're doing nothing. Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Please, what am I doing here? Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, if you were a player of console, if I was locked to console, if all I had was a console, bro, I would have had maybe half the progression that I've had. Genuinely. It's ridiculous how often I've had to use this feature. I'm doing very well, thank you, Machiavelli. How are you, my man? How's the arm healing? Ban Salam, how are you doing? Hello, hello, mate. Good to see you. Oh, I almost choked. Wow, that was close. Thomas and friends, at some point, it might have to happen. At some point. Why did I get a bronze for that? Yeah, cool. You know, didn't go great at the end, but how does this make sense? So why have they slapped part 1 here? Oh, are these part 2 and 3s? Okay, no, this is another part 1. Part 2. Okay, and part 3? Okay, so this is a whole thing. Maybe. I don't even know if there's more parts to it, so that's fine. Then you've just got a random part 1 here, another random part 1, and then that same journey, part 5. So God only knows what happens in between here and here. How does that make any sense for a journey mode? How does that make any sense? Like just an ounce, just an ounce of sense. How? Absolutely ridiculous. Need to touch up. I knew that already. The itchiness is almost gone though. Not sneak anymore. Upside healing is almost done. Nice one. So how long do you think from now till you get your... I mean, a touch-up should be minor, right? So I'm assuming you don't have to wait long, but like, how long would you have to wait for another proper edition? Instrument lights. And that's about it. That's why I always check. You'll never know when they'll try and catch you out. You'll never know. There's a mod that makes this all like openable and stuff. It's really odd. I just thought to myself, surely that's gonna cause more damage than good if I use it. Touch up will be our next appointment. I'm gonna do my fingers first. It's a whole lot. Jesus. Goodness gracious me. More power to you, man. Just a thought, just like the imagination of it. Imagination? Thought. Just a thought of it is scary. Why is this taking so long? Hurry up. I mean, I am imagining it, so I guess it's not entirely wrong, but, you know, English. You think English wasn't my, you think English is probably my 5th or 6th language when I'm streaming? It's forward, right? Yeah. There's no, like, what's it called? There's no, what's going on here? There's no like what's it called in US or in Germany to control the other train? I forgot. Banking com. God damn it. I think I should have led with that. Should have started with that, I think. No, it's on. It's powered. How are we not moving? Let me restart and do banking com from the beginning. I think it's one of the first things you're meant to do. Although it sounded like it was on and it sounded like it was responding. What are you doing? Being silly, that's what you're doing. Cool. On. Easy does it. Jesus. So why is this not moving now? What are we doing? It worked fine before. It moved as it should have. Oh, bloody... Brakes are not cut in. Look at that, just like magic. Just like magic. There I am thinking it's the handbrake. Alright, activate you. Power, engine start, everything on now. We're ready to get going. I've got faith. On this add-on, the rear train will always have its headlights on and no tail lights. Yeah, I've learnt. I've learnt, bro. It is what it is. It's better to not just. It's better to not do the like third-person camera. Honestly. It's ridiculous, man. Utterly ridiculous. Oh, all the salt is at the bottom. Whoops. Should have given it a stir. What train are you driving on Simrail, Nabil? All right. I hope you don't blame me for it. I thought I saw a phantom red light, but it was a tail light of the car. What is your mind about the game? Are you positive? How do you feel about Simrail? Have I asked you this? What's your feelings towards it? I'm not quite sure if the substations need to be part of the overlay. Crossings, yes. Stations, yes. Maybe certain landmarks. I'm not like an electrical engineer that's going to really care about substations. But I guess it's good to know anyway. It's knowledge. That's completely valid, Nabil. You can still have an opinion, even if it is, yes, it's realistic to have like express services that just don't stop anywhere on the map. But like you said, that's reality, right? So it's not like fake. And I think it's okay to have preferences and opinions. You like what you like, you don't like what you don't like. For me, my preference is like intercity. So I like, you know, high speed, overtaking other trains, stopping every 15, 20 minutes maybe. Like what we were doing yesterday, basically. Camera location 105, what? I guess they made a mistake there. Or is there actually like a camera there for rail fanning? I do wonder. That would be cool, to be fair, if they have actually nailed that. I'm pretty sure anytime I see those videos on YouTube, like those live streams, they're usually at, not always, but usually at big stations. Interesting. And is that just because of the scenery issues, Nabil? I guess not even necessarily issues, but you know, the scenery. I'll leave it there. Or is it that with Germany, of course, you're more, you feel like there's more of a connection? Okay, so it's just a feeling thing then. It's just a feeling thing. The German countryside feels more varied than the one in Simra. Okay, yeah, so scenery. Poland just straight double check 100 kilometers, 2 stops in between. Trace VMAX 140. Yeah, the 140 was annoying, man. I mean, it kind of is what it is, right? I assume that's how it is in reality, but it was annoying. It was annoying. And I think ASR it was. I might be wrong, but I think ASR said the CD163 has a 120 VMAX. I don't know if it will run that line or that particular route, but it just seems like just slowing down the train on just slowing down the journey unnecessarily, man. Anyway, it gives longevity. I don't know. Maybe that means you see more trains and just get to chill a bit more and have a longer journey, I guess. The 186 is allowed to drive 160. Oh, even the 186. Oh yeah. Even the 186 has a limit of 140. I guess that could just come down then to this, maybe the condition of the rails. They're just not confident. And with how many temporary speed restrictions there are in certain areas, it's not really, it doesn't give you a lot of confidence about the state of the rails. Okay, that is a fair point you make, actually. Yeah, no, fair point, yeah. If a train can do it, train can do it. I don't know then. That's weird. And it makes me consider whether that is actually how it is in reality or not. I think I need to actually take the time to watch a Cabrad video at some point of a route that we have in Simro and just compare scenery, compare traffic type, how many different trains there are, the liveries. Because I know we're missing quite a bit, but I don't know any more than that. I don't know exactly what we're missing and how badly we're missing it. Is that a bad thing though, letting AI trains spawn and despawn outside the map? If they have to despawn, I'd rather it to be done outside of view. But if not, and they don't always have to, that's when it's a problem. Exactly, yeah. If it's supposed to terminate at at Warsaw Central, for example, then where are you going with it? Where are you taking the train to? That's when it, yeah, that's when it becomes not so good. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, they're terrible. Are you telling me they really can't just code like the train just sitting there? If a player ends a run there, no problem. Take the player out, put the train back into the control of AI, and change the schedule of it. Can't be that tough, man. Surely. For how long the game's been out as well. It's a very, 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 very simplistic fix to just send the train away and then put a new one in its place. Sounds very basic. See, if I open that now, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna forget about the links that you sent before. No, no, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I'll remember. I think. So they set the train's destination as the place where the driver will drive it to. The last place that the driver will drive it to, even though. So it's like they've got it backwards, if I've understood it correctly. So the trains that are meant to terminate, they send them away. The trains that aren't meant to terminate, they give them the wrong destination. Oh, it's supposed to terminate at Skinovici, but it continues. That's so confusing, bro. It's so confusing, and to set up a whole system for that just seems like work. Like they've directed their efforts in the wrong place, if that makes sense. Like, I'm assuming that's taken some work to implement such a system. Sure, there are junction sidings for cargo trains. Wow. That's so interesting. I'll be interested to hear what, if ASR has an opinion on that as well, if there's actually some sort of explanation behind it. Do you know what I think I might do? At the end of these streams, I spin the wheel, so then we know what we're playing next time, and then I can like have the title and the thumbnail that correlates with what we'll be playing. Because I think after a little while, these titles are gonna get boring, and the thumbnail as well. So maybe I'll just shorten Journey Mode Roulette to JMR. So the title will be like JMR and then whatever the route is. Or maybe I don't know. I get a little bit creative with the name. Oh, is that the place? Yeah, literally just sidings. And dirt. maybe where the dirt is, there used to be a station. Hello, Holy Trucker. Just thought of the funniest YouTube video trolling sim remote players that signal up and all trains on red and listen to the driver spew about it. You know what? Usually I would find that funny. But then I imagine myself being in that situation, and it's very quickly not funny. That sucks. I don't like ruining other people's fun. Like, there's a way to do it, and it can be funny. But that way is not it. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because the way Simro is, those people don't have another server. Yes, they have literally another server to go to, but it's gonna be dead. Their run is ruined. Yada yada yada. So I'm not against trolling. Not against. You know, not to be a killjoy, but man, that's rough. They need to terminate Eskinovici but go outside the map. That's terrible, man. Not a fan of that at all. Not a fan. I love when I've got the window open and it's a bit windy outside. It's just fresh air just coming in, cooling me down, refreshing the room. Love it. Look at that, man. How easy is it to do that instead of please wait? And you don't even know what you're waiting for. Right, got half an hour to go. Shouldn't be too hard finding something that fits within that time frame. Good progress, though. Good progress. We would have completed, look at that, perfect. We would have completed 7 out of 10 runs. Granted, they've all been fairly short, but progress is progress, isn't it? No. What could have caused that? Stupid cash reporter. Tell me in detail my situation. Don't flip in, give me rubbish. But see, here's the thing. We've done 5 services. 5 different services, not one crash. So what would have caused that specifically? God knows. After 5 services, completely fine. You know what, Holy Trucker? I've heard a lot of like pessimism about Metro Rivals, and it's not unfairly placed. But I'm thinking let's wait until it drops and see what it's got in store. I don't want to criticize it and then it comes out amazing and I'm like, oh, whoops, I'm a numpty. Nor do I want to say, nah, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good, and then be a fool. So, in all honesty, I think it's likely to go that way, but let's wait and see. The first hour. Well, if it is fun only for the first hour, then you've still got another hour to refund it, you know? So you'll be alright. What if, yeah, it's the next hot thing, and it takes the gaming world by storm? What if it goes that way? Ultimately, mate, every sim is like that though. Trains, trucks, taxi driving. The same could go for all of them. Right, is it gonna crash again? Probably. It crashes from Strood. So is it something in Strood? Is it a loco that's trying to load that is like cooked? Well, no, because the game can't bloody report it properly. The ETS2 crash log, goated, tells you exactly what the issue is. Look, tells you exactly what the issue is. Do you enjoy the roulette more than Yoi before? 100%. 100%. But I already knew it's gonna be is more refreshing, because that's what's fun about it, right? It's more refreshing. But see how even now I still haven't order the will. Like, it's still not me choosing. Do you get the choice? Is like I've given something else the responsibility to choose for me. I've created a way that takes the pressure off me. You think so, Holy Trucker? I haven't tried that. That's the Australian one, right? Just so I know I'm talking about the right thing. That's the Australian one. I think it's looking good from the stuff that I've seen. I haven't tried it myself, like the demo or anything. Wait, no way. They want me here for 10 minutes. Is that why this thing's half an hour? You're joking, mate. You're joking. Joking, lad. But is it trying to be SnowRunner though? It's made by the SnowRunner. Oh, the one they revealed in the last gaming event, whatever the hell it was called. Yeah. Is there anything new about that? Is there any videos, some gameplay? Like, I was worried about that. I did say on the stream where we were doing a watch party, and it popped up, and I was saying as long as it's not a SnowRunner style game, that would be cool, because the trailer they showed was very non-SnowRunnery, if that makes sense. Like, they made it this sick thing, and I said if it's like that, cool. But if it just ends up being another SnowRunner, it's just not gonna be it. I mean, maybe I'll try it because I missed out on SnowRunner. Roadcraft isn't really my thing. I'd be more than happy to try it. If there's like a demo of this one, I'd be more than happy to try it. And I do think there's a chance, albeit a small one, but a chance nonetheless, that I might actually end up like enjoying it. But I would put money on that trailer that they showed off being absolute BS. There's no way the game's gonna be like that. Look how stupid this is, by the way. So it's making you wait 10 minutes or so, and it's not like you've got anything to see. There's no trains going by. There's nothing happening. It's just dark. It's in the night time, and you're just expected to wait 10 minutes. Why? Like, what who thinks of this, man? Who thinks of this? Has gold hit another all-time high? Gold's pissing me off, man. Nah, I respect gold, but still. It just moves in such an annoying way. Hello? Oh, suck your mum. Don't talk to me. They made Docs 2 and I wouldn't even play it if it was free. It was, and I didn't even touch the demo either. The hell was that? Oh my god, I'm a donkey. I just realized what I've done. I've just realized what I've done, boys. I was meant to be there at 9:52. Oh my god. I have my moments. I have my moments. I have my moments, man. There's no light bacon. There's no light bacon. I don't know what is that the actual TGV route. There's no light baking at all. Els, you're back. Hope you had a good rest, brother. Holy trucker, mate. Super late. I can't believe it, man. I cannot believe it. Sometimes my brain just doesn't brain. And I've had my coffee. So, like, I actually don't even have an excuse. Flip's sake. In and out like a ghost. Always, Els, man. Always. If it's one thing you're going to do, bro, you're going to say, well, go on, and then disappear. But you know what? I don't mind, bro. I've never complained. No, Bill, bro. I can't believe it, man. And if I wasn't late already, because this was already 30 minutes, and I've added like 3 minutes onto that, so I'm gonna be finishing the stream late. Oh, swear, Els. Say no more, bro, man. Maybe it's just perspective, innit? Maybe it's just perspective, bro. It looks like there's a train in front of me on my side. Way off in the distance. I can't believe that. I'm a numpty, man. You know, I can barely even see what they say from here. There's 2 angry ones, and then is that a sad one? I know the first one is raw. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I think so, Holy Trucker. It sounds about right. March, April, somewhere around there. I'm gonna have to get rid of that one. Like, can you tell me a situation where that would be applicable, where that could be legitimately used? I can't. No, not this one, bro. Pardon me. When do you find yourself in a situation where you just think to yourself, roar? Don't piss me off, man. Hello there, ASR. Bienvenue. That's time in general, Holy Trucker. In time, it feels quick. And then you look back and you're like, raw. 2016 was how many years ago? Railhead Treatments Train Services. ASR. Not that you can see much. Why is my headlights on? Don't ask about that. Don't ask why the headlights are on at the back. Just be grateful that it didn't crash. It's just lighting everything up so you can see it. It knew you were going to come. So the Network Rail branding mod. Somewhere water is being sprayed. And you've got a cheeky, you can barely see it. I can barely see it. But headlights on the back, 66. GBRF livery. You know how it goes. Well, we are in the afternoon, so technically the answer was still correct. Later on this afternoon, we're doing Simrail. Can't tell you what we're driving yet. It's going to depend on the time. I don't have my eyes on anything in particular. So we shall see. No ATS, no ATS this week. It was ATS/Simrail because if I didn't like Simrail on Monday, which was yesterday, then I would have played American Truck Simulator today. Oh, stupid TBWS is gonna trip. It's gonna trip us at some point. I need to slow down. Right here, please don't do it to me. Thank you. Maximum dopamine. Might as well throw in Subway. Whoa. What's that game called? Subway Runner. How did I forget the name? What the hell was that game called? Subway Surfers, thank you. Jesus. Don't tempt me, man. Don't tempt me. How is it that we're chasing yellows? The dispatcher put something in front of me, but what? Where could a passenger service have come from? Unless, like, I was going to be stuck behind it the whole time. I don't know. Someone who's better at the game. I need to find another loop. That was meant to be 10 hours of Subway Surfers, yeah? But like halfway through, for hours, it just paused. And then it showed YouTube in the background, which meant that he was watching someone else play, and then I was watching somebody else play. Subwayception. Holy Trucker. Like, the thought of that hurts my head, but I also can imagine it very, very easily to actually be the case. Who told you that, ASR? Have they released an article? Oh, okay. Are they streaming it this week then? Have they managed to find the day to stream it? Holy Truckers claiming that Metro has to be updated. They're not abandoned. That's also an interesting point. That is also an interesting point. U1 versus U3 in Hamburg as well. What do you mean U1 versus U3? Don't tell me there's beef. I mean, we're not far off with Metro Rivals, Holy Trucker, realistically. With how it's looking. Oh, the size comparison's right. ASR, give me a second, boss man. I mean, it's good news for them, bad news for us, if we're being honest. Good for them, I guess. We'd like to, we'd like to think, oh, nice, they've, more money to be put into the game. Nope. That is their primary business model, and they will reinvest their money into that. God damn it, man! I think I should have been ahead of this train. Flip's sake, man! If it's not an ECS move and it's actually a passenger service, we're cooked. God damn it! Good price for the 805. What is it, Holy Trucker? Maybe Paul Read your license for Simro. I don't know, man. It's a completely different area. Completely different area. One thing to make something for them. Completely different thing to put them in a game. Cooked the whole service, brother. Cooked it. While it was cooking, I went to take a seat. Forgot that I had food on the stove. It's caught fire. It's burned the house down, bro. It's that deep. You can always dream and it will stay a dream. Unbelievable. I purchased similar route DLC, so no brainer really for the length of the truck. Absolutely, holy trucker. Absolutely, bro. There's a new one. There's another one coming out very, very soon. Deblin is only 100 kilometers away from Warsaw. Brother, don't give yourself false hope, man. Honestly, I don't. Let's just take what we have in it. Because even what's been announced in the past, we haven't seen. So how much more something that hasn't been announced? Don't do that to yourself, man. It's torture. I should be 2 minutes away from the place, man. Bottle job. No. The missus is here as well. Oh, wait. I talk about my analogy. You know what? Yeah. Home Alone. Yeah. It's not as diabolical as having other people be fatalities. It's terrible, but not that terrible. But didn't you say I cooked the whole service? I just bounced off that. Who, me? I can only cook basic meals, man. Beautiful weather in Garden City today. I don't know, bro. I'm not quite sure what I'm seeing at my window right now. It's up and down, bro. Be blue skies and then grey and then bare wind and then blue skies and then grey and then bare wind and so on and so forth. Ridiculous. I can only cook up basic meals, man. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me in the kitchen. Bare wind, bro. I like it though. It's making the room like fresh. You gotta bring you gotta bring the bill up to speed with the London slang. Bro's got kicked out of Canary Wharf. I mean, no, like you live here, but like you're from here now. But obviously, growing up, it was conch. Not that there's anything wrong with it, obviously. You had it nice, man. You didn't have to deal with brothers trying to rob your chicken and chips. Honestly, Nabil, like those little details, man. Passengers getting stuck in the doors. The doors being unlocked, but they stay closed. It's nice, honestly. Basic meal. I don't know. Pasta. various pasta dishes, chicken and rice. Pardon me. It's not 17.99 euros. It's not 17.99 euros. There's no shot. Absolutely not. It's not 17.99 euros. I refuse to believe that. Moroccan tuna sandwich with chips. Bro, 17.99 euros, G. Do you buy it and it takes you somewhere? Does it take you somewhere? Does it take you to that destination that you're driving to in the game in real life? Is there a what's I don't understand. It's not really looking good because they've come onto the scene with Birmingham to Crew, which was for whoever, because of whoever, I don't care. As a consumer, you purchase the DLC and you see that it's a mess, crashing, stuttering, poor performance, blurriness, the lot. And now the next piece of content is one singular train for 15 quid for almost 20 euros. I'm sorry. Even if it was a TSG product, even if it was a Just Trains product, I'm sorry. What? I'll flourish. You think so? You think so, Els? You got high expectations for me, bro. I respect it. I ain't flew in a while, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a good few weeks still. I've still got it installed, just haven't done anything with it. Maybe soonish, man. I don't know, bro. I'm back on Simroll now. I'm being reeled back into Train Sim Classic. I don't know, bro. There's options now. You get me? We'll see. This is one of the most detailed and traffic-heavy timetables ever introduced. Oh yeah, it comes with a timetable as well. Okay. With over 2,000 total services and more than 1,000 drivable. Among them are 27. Okay. So amongst them, there are only more than 1,000 drivable services, but only 27 are the 805 services. So you're paying 80% of the cost basically is the timetable. And if it's realistic, fair enough. I don't have an issue with that. But you're paying for a timetable. That's what it seems like to me. And is this the move for TSW in 2026 where developers start charging for timetables now? Is that what we're doing? Els, I should hire you to be my management. SimTrack Studios, the same guys behind the 323 BCC, will also find a full tutorial to walk you through every system, along with 5 stunning. And hold on. I thought this was an All Aboard Studios DLC. Have I misunderstood that? I have had nothing but praise for that that DLC, the Regional Railways one. The scenarios were great. The details on the train were great. Oh, the scenarios are made by SimTrack. Okay, that's good enough for me, I think. Scenarios are important, man. They need to be good. I'm not justifying the price, by the way. I'm just saying I'm happy about that. Wow. £15 now. It can't be. The only way I can justify that price is if it was an expert loco. And even then, I don't know. And I'm not comparing it to the Expert 101. Everyone knows that Expert 101 is overpriced. £15. It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. I'll need to read the article for myself, and then obviously assuming towards the end of the week, we'll be given the key for it, and I can drive it myself and have a look. But from now, if I make a should you buy video, I'm 90% certain I'm gonna end up saying on a sale. Oh snap! Please don't do this to me, please, 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 please. I beg you, please. Change. Oh my god. Clutch dispatcher. Absolutely clutch dispatcher. What a legend. He heard my cries. He heard my cries. Actually on the fence about this one. Hello, Kay, by the way. How you doing? I want it for content creation, but I also don't want to buy the Brooklyn Bridge just because you're selling it. So I do understand you, mate. It's expensive. It's expensive. It's very pricey, man. Nice that it's a timetable. Nice that we're getting some nice scenarios with it, but like, let's say, train aside, we're just judging the price of the scenarios and timetable. I think some people would have issues with them even being priced, but let's say they are somewhere between £3 and £5. Let's say £3 and £5. Is that reasonable? Maybe maybe €7. I don't know if that's reasonable or not, but that would be a price I can understand. So taking away £5, let's say, that leaves us with £10 for the train. In that sense, it's actually not insane. It's not insane. It's not great. It's not ideal, but it's not insane. As long as it's 1-to-1 per the real life one ASR. That's all I want. I don't want fake services just to make it busy, and I don't want it to be missing services. I just want it to be as per reality. I'm playing the sim for a reason, otherwise I'd go and play SCR and Roblox. Maybe if it was Simro, then you spad and then get a green. I can't believe that. As soon as this is done, by the way, I'm locking off and I'm off because I'm very late. I'm not gonna read it on... Bro, I should have finished 6 minutes ago, ASR. I don't have the time. But I will read it as I'm outside, and then I'll speak my thoughts about it on the next stream. Oh, I need a bathroom, man. Dispatcher, please, man. Have mercy on your boy. please, sir, please. Flip flops. Maybe if I was 10, I got hit with a lot worse than flip flops. It's the price I pay for being a numpty. $13 late. $22.22. Man, I used to see that time so much before bed when I was younger. $22.22. Nowadays it's $11.11.
You will shortly be Dart.
Khalas. Thank you very much for being here, people. Appreciate you. I'll see you at 5 p.m. GMT for some Simro. Until then, or until I next see you guys, have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. Until next time. Peace out.